Arians calls Seattle's CenturyLink Cardinals home field. Cardinals coach Bruce Arians admits he's cocky, and the filter between his mind and his mouth has always been endearingly thin. But Arians isn't happy that part of his message to players last Sunday was aired by the Fox network on its post-game show. The Cardinals had just beaten the Giants 23-0, and Arians immediately began preparing his team for Sunday's game at Seattle, where the Cardinals won 3 of the last 4 games. "We know that's our home field," Arians told his players. "We're going up there and kick their asses." Those comments were meant only for the ears in the Cardinals locker room on Sunday, but they were heard in Seattle, too. "Things that you say to your team in your locker room are supposed to be in your locker room," Arians said on Wednesday. "But it got out. I said it, so. We have won 3 times in a row up there." Related, Bruce Arians looking to develop Arizona's next QB, not quite, but close. The Cardinals' lone loss in Seattle under Arians came in 2014, a game in which Drew Stanton started at quarterback in place of Carson Palmer, who was injured. 3 years later, Stanton is starting in Seattle for Palmer, who is on injured reserve due to a broken arm. "You look at Carson's history up there, he's played phenomenally well," Stanton said to reporters on Wednesday. "I think the only time we lost up there is maybe when I played, huh?" That was followed by a few seconds of awkward silence, then laughter. The Cardinals, 7-8, and Seahawks, 9-6, are in a strange time in their relationship. They beat each other regularly on the road but struggle at home. The Cardinals are 3-1 in Seattle under Arians, but the Seahawks are 4-0-1 in Glendale during that same period. In a conference call with Arizona reporters on Wednesday, Seahawks coach Pete Carroll was in no mood to delve into why both teams have struggled at home against each other in recent years. Has Carroll thought about the reasons why? "No. What's our record down there? 4-0-1 under Arians." "Oh. Yeah, no, I hadn't thought about that." The Cardinals have. And they know what they have to do to win at CenturyLink Field: handle the crowd noise, run the ball efficiently, limit Seattle's run game, and, perhaps most of all, make big plays when given the opportunity. In 2013, for instance, Palmer had 4 passes intercepted in Seattle. But he hit receiver Michael Floyd with a 31-yard touchdown pass in the 4th quarter to help the Cardinals to a 17-10 lead. In 2015, running back Andre Ellington took a draw 48 yards for a score to clinch a victory in Seattle. Last year, it was Palmer completing an 80-yard bomb to J.J. Nelson for a score. NFL coaches often repeat the cliché that most football games are decided by 4 or 5 plays. Against the Seahawks, Stanton said, "It comes down to 1 or 2 because we know what we're getting when we go up against them. They know we're going to try to run the ball. Sometimes, it's a field position battle. You're trying to set yourself up, and I need to be smart and do a good job of taking care of the ball." Related, Cardinals begin practice for Seattle with a Christmas hangover in their 3 most recent victories in Seattle. The Cardinals have run the ball effectively, averaging 117 yards on the ground. In the 19-3 loss in 2014, they rushed for only 64 yards. But the ground game is only a part of the formula. Making big plays through the air is another. The big thing: you've got to run the football against Seattle, and you need to hit chunk plays, Arians said. "It's just so hard to go down the field without chunk plays against them." The Seahawks have a similar philosophy, and it's how they beat the Cardinals 22-16 in Arizona in early November. Seattle led 15-10 early in the 4th quarter but faced a 2nd and 21 from its 44-yard line. Quarterback Russell Wilson, under pressure, double-backed twice, then found receiver Doug Baldwin on the sideline. The play gained 54 yards, and Seattle scored on the next play to go ahead, 22-10. Russell's play down here was obviously an unbelievable play, Arians said. "It changed the game. We've had some plays up there. Big play make the difference in the game, normally. The Cardinals season ends Sunday, but a victory at least salvages a .500 record. The Seahawks need a victory and the Falcons to lose to the Panthers to clinch a playoff spot. That, along with a few words from Arians, spices up Sunday's game in Seattle. In his weekly radio segment on Tuesday, Carroll shrugged off Arians' post-game comments, saying, "Bruce gets to say whatever he wants, man." But chances are Carroll's players will be informed of Arians' words. "They might have some fun with that, I don't know," Carroll said. "I would imagine they would." More, Cardinals on playing spoiler in Seattle. "There's our playoff game milestone," Arians tied for most wins by a coach in Cardinals history.